Hi beaders, as promised then, I'm going to give you a tutorial on how to do some bead embroidery. So what you will need then for this project is, today for ease I'm going to be using a round cabochon. So this is labradorite, which happens to be my favourite semi-precious stone of all. I absolutely love labradorite. Look at the shimmer on that. I adore it. So you will need a stone of your choice. For this tutorial it will need to be round. You will need some stiff backing. Now this is from Beadsmith, do beg your pardon. This is from Beadsmith and it's Beading Foundation. And it comes in black and white. Today I'm going to be using white just because I've got this piece. You will need to stick your cabochon down to your foundation. I like to use this craft tape, the red one, which is extremely strong, because at the end of the day it's the beadwork that keeps the cabochon onto the backing. So I like to use this. It's very easy to use and you've got no waiting time for drying out the glue. If you do want to use glue, you can use the Hypo Cement, or you can use the E6000. You will also need some Suede for the back of the piece. You will need some seed beads of your choice. Now, to go with my cabochon, I have chosen some sort of an iris green. Unfortunately, there's no named colour on this tube of beads, but the number is 290. And these are a size 11, and I believe them to be Mayuki. I am also using some 110 seafoam colour. Okay. I am also going to be using some Toho 150 seed beads to tighten our beadwork, as you'll see along the top. So you will need some 15 aught seed beads. Now for the decoration around the side, I've got a few different fire polish beads out because I'm undecided yet of which colours to use. I'm using the bronze in the 15s because if you look at the cabochon closely, you can see some sort of bronzy shimmer in there. So I wanted to bring that colour out by using the bronzes at the top. And then, like I say, for the decoration around the sides, I've got some 2mm fire polish bead, and those are green and crystal, and I've also got some bronze 2mm beads. But like I say, once I've got the piece made, we'll see. And I've also got some 3mm fire polish beads. Now these are like a deep emerald green. So we'll see once I've got, you know what it's like designing as you go. And also then for decoration, maybe to do some dangles on it once I've put my beadwork on. I may use these labradorite drops. Now this is a string I got from, I think it was Jewellery Maker. And these are all faceted and they're in different sizes. So I will see once the piece is made again of which I choose from those. You will also be needing a beading needle. You can either use a size 10 or a size 12. I like a size 12 beading needle, and I am using KO thread today, but you can use Fireline, 1G, Nymo, whatever thread that you have got, okay? But I am using the KO today. So get your beading things together and we'll get started. I also forgot to mention that you will need a pair of scissors. Okay, so to get started then, we need to attach our cabochon onto our Foundation. Like I said, I'm going to be using crafter's tape, but you can use whatever you like. And I'm just going to put a piece down the middle, cut off there, okay, trim around the edge, okay, take those sticky bits off my scissors or else my scissors will be banged up. And then a little bit more needs to come off there. That's it. And then it's a case of simply taking the backing off, give it a rub. And like I say, this stops the need of having to wait for the glue to dry. Now, it can be a bit of a nightmare to get off, but once you lift aside, it'll all be fine. There we go. Okay, so that's peeled off. And I'm just going to place it. Now we need to leave a bit of area to work in, so I'm going to put my cabochon there. Okay, that's all stuck on. Like I say, it's a lot quicker than having to wait for glue to dry. Right, on an arm span then of beading thread, just come down to your end and you just need to tie a knot. That's all. And it doesn't need to be tied to your beadwork because it's all going to be hidden. Right, so inserting our needle then anywhere, wherever you'd like to start. Pull our thread through and you can see that's attached. If you want to, you can trim the end off. Okay, so I'm going to start then by using these. Ooh, if I can get the lid off. Do you know, I bought these in 2008. I've had them 10 years and never used them. Just waiting for the right project. Right, okay. Can't get the lid back on, guys. Oh well, stand them there, it'll be alright. So we're going to attach these seed beads on. I'm going to bring you in a little bit closer now by using the backstitch method to make sure I'm going to keep it in frame the best that I can. Okay then, so we're going to pick up 2 seed beads, bring them down our thread, okay, and then you'll be able to bring the seed beads close together and you'll be able to see where to bring in our needle. So just where the bead ends, we're going to put our needle in. Okay. Pull our thread and we've attached the first 2 seed beads. Okay. Now we need to bring our thread up now in between the 2 seed beads. And it does get a bit, you do need a bit of practice, but you will get there, okay? So I'm in between the seed beads, bring our needle through, pop it through one of our seed beads, pull the thread through, okay? Pick up 2 seed beads. Now you will eventually, after doing this for a while, you will get to find out where you think the needle needs to go. Okay, so lay the thread and pop our needle down. Okay, coming back through 3 beads. So we pick up 2, go back through 3. Go through the 3 beads, pull our needle through, okay, pick up 2 seed beads, drop those beads down to our beadwork, lay our thread across, pop our needle down, back through 3. So bringing our needle up through the last, between the 3rd and 4th bead, go through 3 seed beads, pull our work down, pick up 2 seed beads, drop it down, place our thread across, back up through 3. So it is guesswork until you get used to it. Bit too far, bit too far. There we go. Through the 3 seed beads, okay. Ooh, and chuck your beadwork around. Got a knot in here somehow, guys. Pick up 2, lay our thread across, go down, up through 3, pick up 2, bring our beads down, lay it across, down through our foundation, pull our thread through, and up through 3. Now, because we are going to be doing peyote stitch, you need to make sure that it is an equal number of beads that we put around the base. Okay. Pick up 2. Bring it down to our beadwork, lay the thread across. By laying the thread across, you keep the thread in a good position and you can see where you're going. When you're doing it, you'll see. Okay, so up through 3. See how lovely that's looking. Really nice beads. pick up 2. I've got a bit sticky on my needle. Okay. Pick up 2. Drop the beadwork down. The beads down to beadwork, sorry. Lay your thread across. Needle down into the foundation. Back up through 3. Just simply adding 2 seed beads. Got a bit sticky on my needle. I need to get and wipe that off. Okay. I think as well, because I have done cabochons where I've used jewellery glue, and for whatever reason, maybe because the cabochon is so flat and glossy, but it always seemed to come off. The cabochon seemed to come off and the glue had gone very smooth, and I don't know, maybe a way around it would be to roughen up the cabochon before you put the glue on. But I just find the crafter's tape to be quick, because at the end of the day, like I've said, it's the beadwork that keeps the cab in place in the end. The glue is just there really to help keep it in place. It doesn't hold it, if you know what I mean. It's the beadwork that holds it. Okay, so I think you've got the gist of this now, and I don't think you need me to keep on showing you. If you do, you could just rewind rewind them with the days. Remember tapes. You can just go back and check on the video, and I've still got some glue on this needle that's making it so the beads won't go on properly. There we are, I think I've got it off now. There we are, that's better. So making sure that it's even numbers that we're putting on. So I may leave you to this now and come back to you once we've got to the other side, and I'll show you what the next step is. Okay guys, so I'll meet you back when you've gone all the way around here, remembering I will come back and double check with you, because if you've got a little space to show you what to do. So keep on going, take your beadwork all the way around till we're over here, making sure that you go in sets of 2s, and we'll be back on to the next step. So I'm nearly all the way around then. And as you can see, if I put my next 2 beads on, I've got a little bit of a space here, but it's not enough to put 2 beads on, and 1 bead would be okay. But it needs to be even numbers, remember. So all I'm going to do is, instead of putting my needle down, I'm going to go through the next bead. Okay, pull it through, go through the bottom, foundation, pull the work through, and then once the other beadwork's on, you won't be able to tell. So I'm just going to come up as we normally do through 3 beads, and go through 3 beads. Okay, and it gives you that. Okay, now I'm just going to run my needle through the beads, not going through any foundation, just through the beads. And that just helps to line everything up. Okay, just halfway around. Right, now we're going to start peyote. Now if you've never done peyote before, do not worry. I am going to show you how to do it. So coming out of any bead then, you don't have to go all the way around, you just go so far around, just gets all the beadwork nice, but you can go all the way around if you want to. I've decided I'm not going to, I'm going to come out here, just anywhere. Right, we're going to pick up a bead. Now where your thread is coming out, we're going to miss the bead next door to where your thread is coming out, and we're going to pop our needle into the very next bead. Okay, and that's going to give us that. Hard to try and show you, can you see? Okay, so we're going to pick up a bead, where our thread is coming out, we're going to miss that bead underneath it, and we're going to put our needle through the next bead. So we're missing a bead and going through the next bead. Okay, so we have that. So we're going to pick up a bead where our thread is coming out, we're going to miss the bead next to it, and then we're going to jump over a bead. So we come out of a bead, pick up a bead, jump a bead, and go in through the next bead. Okay, so you've got sticky uppy beads. Pick up a bead where your thread's coming out, miss that next bead, and go up through the next one. And if you've never done peyote before, you are now. Okay, so pick up a bead where your thread's coming out, miss that next bead, and go through the next one to it. Okay, so we're creating little spaces like a brick wall. Just make sure our beads pops up right. Pick up a bead, skip the bead, and go through the next one. Okay, pick up a bead, skip a bead, and go through the next one. And you're going to do this all the way around. Pick up a bead, skip the bead, and go through the next one. Giving our little beads a little push as we're going. Can you see how what we're creating now? Okay. Pick up a bead. Pick up a bead. You can sort of zone out when you're doing this. I do quite enjoy bead embroidery. It's been a little while since I've done it actually. Perhaps I should do it more often. And this is the part where we had that little bit of a space. Once it's been peyoted up, you won't know it's even there. And plus as well, we will have some little embellishments to go around the siding anyway. Okay. Carrying on, picking up a bead, missing a bead, and going through the next bead. We're nearly all the way around now, not long. Got escapees. Just making sure that they lie nice as you go around. I seem to got myself a little knot, or maybe not. If your thread as well, guys, feels like it wants to tangle, hold your work upside down, let your needle go like this, And run your fingers through your thread. It does tend to untwist then. Keep going then. Picking up a bead, missing a bead. Pick up a bead, miss a bead. Like I say, you new people, if you've never peyote before, and around like this, you are now. Aren't you clever? Are you proud of yourself? Get in. It's better. Right, this next bead then is the one where we're going to be stepping up. Okay, so pick up a bead, and you see where I'm going to miss the bead and go through that one, and then I'm going to step up into this one. So let me bring in a little bit closer so you can see what I'm talking about. That too. So I'm coming out, my thread's exiting this one, I need to miss that one, and I'm going to put my needle through that one and step up. I'm not going to do it all in one swoop. So I put my bead in there, and now I need to step up into this bead here. There we are, we've stepped up and we're ready to go on our next row. See? So we're back to where we started and we're ready for our next row. I'm just going to pop you out again now because I'm worried about going out of focus too much. Okay, so all we're going to do now then is we're going to fill in the gaps. So pick up a bead, go through the next bead. Okay, pick up a bead, go through the next bead. Okay, see? So we're just filling in the gaps, that's all we're doing. So pick up a bead, go through the next bead, just filling in the gaps, giving our thread a nice pull as we do it. Pick up a bead and go through and fill in that, oh, drop the bead, drop the needle. So pick up a bead and fill in that gap. Okay, giving our thread a nice pull as we go. Got a bead stuck under me cabochon. There we are. I'll thread a nice pull. Pick up a bead, go through the next bead. Not getting wrapped up in our thread. I think my thread's getting a little bit twisted. I need to drop it in a second, let it dangle. Attached on all these corners. Okay, just going to let my thread dangle a second. Run my fingers through the thread. Get all the dangly bits out. That's better. Pick up a bead. And place it in the gap. Okay. Alright guys, so keep on going round then, and I'll meet you back here before the step up. Okay. Okay then, so we're just going to about to put our last bead in before we step up. So our last bead will go in, I'll bring you in a little bit again. Okay. Our last bead is going to go in here, and we're going to step up into this bead there. Okay. And pull. Okay. Right, I'm going to widen you out again now. Okay, right, time for a change of bead then now. I'm going to put these, rest of these away. And now I'm going to get my sea foam out. I'm going to do a round with sea foam and then get on to the 15s, I think. Let's see how we go. Okay, so we stepped up then. So all we're going to do now is exactly the same as it was before. Thread's coming out there, we're going into the next bead that's sticking up. Okay. To pull. Thread's coming out there, we're going into the next bead that's sticking up. Okay. We're just going to carry on as we did before, skipping the bead and going into the one that's sticking up. Okay. So keep on going guys, very easy. Go into the next bead sticking up. Okay. Or should be sticking up in that case there. Oh, managed to get 2 beads on. That's fair enough. So if that does happen, just back out of the bead. Oh, and I broke a needle at the same time. Great. Alright guys, I'm going to change my needle and I'll be back. And I'm back. I've took off the offending bead, got myself a different needle and carry on. Okay. Pick up a bead. Some of them might feel a little bit difficult to get through, but just persevere. You can't go wrong. If they do look a bit out of place, push them up so you can see what you're doing. You be the boss of the beadwork. Don't let the beadwork be a boss of you, and don't be frightened of anything. What could possibly be the worst thing that could happen? the worst thing that could happen is all your beadwork come undone and you start again. Oh wow. Okay, so keep on going then guys, and I'll meet you at the next stage. Popping on C bead and going through the one that should be sticking up. Okay, keep going and I'll meet you back at the end here. Okay, ready to step up, and we change beads. Don't forget to give your, as you put your bead on, give your beadwork a bit of a pull. Okay, catch you in 5. Okay then, so we're back round then. So we need to finish off our round by going through the very last sticky up bead, which is proving to be a bit of a pain, and the first bead in the new round as a step up. Now if you don't get in first time, don't worry about it. Go through the bottom bead first to finish the round, and then pop your needle through into the new round and give your work a bit of a pull. Okay, so far this is what we have. Now you can use delicate beads as well if you want to, but for this I wanted to use C beads, but delicate beads work just as well. Okay, and sometimes they work even better, especially when you're doing different shaped. But this is a beginner's guide, this is just the beginning, the tip of an iceberg when you're getting into bead embroidery. Okay, so that's that round finished. So I'm going to pop these beads away now, and now we're going to get out our 15s. And like I said, whatever colour suits your beadwork that you're doing. For me, I'm going to give these a go. So these are Toho, size 15-0, and they are colour 221. Right. Okay, so I'm just going to untwizzle my thread again. Okay. So we've used 11 O's all the way around now to tighten it, and to bring our piece together we're going to put in 15 O's, 15 O's, exactly the same as what we've been doing all the way around in peyote, going into the next bead that's sticking up. So we're exiting this bead here, we're going to go into the very next bead, and we're just going to fill in the gaps. And as you go around on this, you'll see that your beadwork starts to curve in because of the different size of beads. Going from a 15 to an 11 obviously has the effect of making your beadwork smaller and tighter, and that's exactly what's happening here. And exactly the same if you were to use delicate beads to go around, you'd still need to switch to a 15-0 round C bead. Okay, and yeah, I like that, it's really pretty. Okay, so go all the way around then, filling in your gaps with 15-0 C beads, and I'll meet you back ready to step up. Keep going guys, see, it hasn't been a very long project at all so far, has it? Okay, I'll catch you back in a mojo. So here we are then, almost back to the beginning. So pick up a bead and we need to step up. So where's my bead gone? Didn't pick it up. Okay, so pick up our bead go through and then step up into the first 15O of the round. Okay. Giving your work a nice tug, and I think it's starting to look like a dragon's eye. So what we need to do now then is give our work a tug and carry on with our 15s for another round through the next 15. Okay. I'm just going to carry on doing that around. Okay, guys. Can be a bit tricky getting your needle through. Just persevere. I think I need some new glasses. I'm not seeing the holes particularly very well. Don't forget to give your work a nice tug. Pop you through. It's just my eyes. It isn't really that tricky, guys. I think I need some new glasses. Okay, give your work a nice tug. Keep going all the way around, stitching in between each of the bronzes. Catch you back in a moment. It looks like a dragon's eye. Okay, so we're almost finished our round then. So all we do is picking up a seed bead, the 15O, going through, she says, going through the one that's in between the sea foams, if you can get it in. Well, I'll be blown. These have been little monkeys to me today. Try and push it up a bit. Get in, you little tinky. There we are. And passing through the very first bead of the last round you've just done. Okay. And pulling it through. Right. There we have bezeled our cabochon. Give yourselves a pat on the back. Now, to secure it and making sure that round is nice and tight, you need to go round that round again, passing up through the last bead added. And the beads in between, so just repeating what you've just done, and that gives your beadwork a lovely tight tension. Okay, So up and down, giving your needle a wiggle. Just finishes it off nice and gives it a lovely tension. Now if you can't get through both beads like I haven't been able to at the same time, go through the bottom one and then through the top one. Okay, giving a nice pull. Isn't it looking gorgeous? Just gorgeous. Okay guys, so keep going. All the way around. Giving a nice pull. Notice as well, as I've been going around, I've been keeping the thread underneath my thumb, and that just keeps the thread out of the way and where it should be ready for next time. See, that one's not gone through the top bead. Pull through. Out through the top. Give a nice pull. Beautiful. And just go all the way around then guys, and I'll meet you back and I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so we've gone all the way around, securing our beautiful stone just to look stunning. So to finish off our thread then, all we need to do is work our needle through the beads. That's all the beads. I think somebody's at the door, guys. I'll be back. Oh dear. Sorry about that, guys. Nobody was at the door. It's just the dog being paranoid. Right. As I was saying then, so we're just going to pass through these seed beads in a diagonal fashion. My trusty bent needle will help me with that. I'm just going to weave through a couple, and that'll secure everything nicely. And then down to the bottom. If you can't get it in one go, oh, I've managed it. Maybe not. My needle's going to break then, so I'll go through one at a time. Just as best as you can, get down to the bottom. Okay. Go through a couple at the bottom. Come back up. Just weaving through the beads just to secure the thread. And going back through a few at the bottom. Take the thread through the foundation. I like to pass through, she says, some of the foundation coming back out wherever the needle without going through your fingers. Wow. I need my pliers for this. That's it. Just pushing the needle through. That's why, because it's trying to come up a bead as well. That's okay. And zigzag. Back down. And back through the foundation, and just doing a little back stitch. Everybody finishes off different. This is just the way I like to do it. Okay, and there we have the first part of our project finished. Well done. Well done. So I think this may be part 1 of the video, just so you can work on this. Part 2 will be attaching to our backing and adding some embellishments. So I hope you've enjoyed this video then, guys. Remember to hit the notification bell so you know when part 2 is uploaded. And I'll see you on the next video.